I'm just a little bit confused, especially with you, because you have like significant and detailed criticisms about men's conduct when it comes to courtship. Like you're like, oh, we need to move back towards men courting women. In your pre-show notes and everything that you've said tonight, you said men wanting to receive, men not needing to put in the work. What is this work that you purported is that men need to put in? You said they like picking a girl up, paying on the first date, not putting in effort, leading, this sort of thing. I'm confused here. On one hand, you're holding men to this pretty rigid traditional gender role. On the one hand, you want to completely forgive I guess any sort of expectations or relinquish any sort of expectations that ought to be placed on women when it comes to them being traditional. Another way of saying this would be submissive.
Submissive has like a lot of really bad connotations in my opinion.
No, it doesn't. Maybe like because you listen to a bunch of feminist propaganda, but what are the bad connotations?
She said in my opinion.
What are the bad connotations?
But I'm not, I mean, obviously I feel stupid just sitting here and being like, yeah, I'll be submissive to my, like that makes me feel like that sounds stupid.
So, I mean, wait, so what sounds stupid? You saying, oh yeah, I'd be submissive to my boyfriend, husband?
I mean, I feel like I would to a certain extent.
To a certain extent.
Yeah, okay, I guess like,
So
okay, yeah, but I feel like that sounds silly to say. Like that sounds like bad.
Do you think it'd be bad for me to say I want to be a leader and be a protector and a provider? Because if the sort of like corresponding gender roles here, man, protect and provide, woman, be submissive, why is it weird for the woman to just say that she's submissive? Like, why is that
I feel
weird?
like it sounds weird. I mean, I would be, but I just feel like it sounds fucking weird.
You think men don't want submissive women? They want like contentious and like quarrelsome women? You think that's what men want?
I mean, some guys do. I guess the guys that can I finish? The guy that I would marry I would probably be like more submissive. Yeah, because he'd probably be like the opposite side of that. And that's probably who I'd end up marrying.
You're currently in a relationship right now with a good guy.
Yeah.
Would you be submissive to him?
Yeah.
Are you submissive to him?
Yeah.
What's the definition of submissive?
I don't know why that's crazy.
Well, it just
that doesn't sound crazy. He's your man. You should be submissive. You are.
So then, yeah.
But I do want to know what's the definition of submissive. I should have looked that up, but I actually don't know the exact definition.
I mean, my interpretation would be like deferring to his authority or leadership.
Okay.
So it's like,
well, we're not children. I think that like to a certain extent, yes. Like, yes, the man leads, we follow, sure. But I think to a certain extent, yeah, like just fully submit to somebody is a little bit crazy. We are both adults. We are equal.
Oh, I feel like that leaves room for them to hold it over your head. That's like the scary part.
If we're both equal, then we should equally contribute on a first date then, right?
Sure.
Okay, so you're totally fine with splitting the bill?
Yep.
Okay, even like these women here, they should also split the bill?
Yeah.
Because they're equal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So why aren't you having criticisms for these women who have
guys, split the bill.
But I guess on this, it's just I guess kind of my conflict here is you kind of want your cake and to eat it too. Like, on one hand, you want to push your liberal, feminist, progressive equality values. You mentioned equality or equal. As far as humanly possible, sex work is fine. Men are insecure for not wanting to date a woman who has, let me make my argument. A man's insecure for not wanting to date a woman who has other men blasting inside of them. No modesty when it comes to their appearance, no modesty in their conduct. You want to sleep with a bunch of men and be promiscuous. You want to be like quarrelsome in relationships and like argumentative and like combative. You don't want to be submissive. On the other hand, when it comes to your sexist and gendered expectations of men, you may as well be 1950s bachelorettes. You want men to be chivalrous, providers, protectors, leaders, take all the initiative, pay for dates, open car doors, get you flowers, get down on one knee, propose to you, etc., etc., etc. It's interesting. You want to pick and choose when it comes to tradition. You want to pick and choose. You get to keep all the traditional things that benefit you without upholding any of the traditional benefits that could conceivably come at your detriment.
Well, we could say the same thing. You want a virgin, yet you're begging to sleep with us on the first date. So Like, I mean, I think it's very like person to person. I don't care about this argument because like I know it's just I don't align with this and that's cool. But like I'm just saying like yes, what you want a virgin, yet you are begging to sleep with us on the first date.
So I'll just actually address that really quick. What do you think is more common? Men refusing to date women because they're not virgins, or women refusing to date men because they won't pay for the bill? What's more common?
I have no idea the statistics on that. I don't care. I don't literally give a shit, to be honest.
Yeah, so I don't give a shit about. I don't not give a shit about the whole thing. I don't give a shit if they pay on the first date or not. Yeah, but you've heard from like 4 women at this table. Yes, and so I'm saying like, it might be more common for that. Yeah, so I would argue that there's far fewer men whose standard is she has to be a virgin. I would argue probably 50% or more of women expectation. Because you have to consider like conservative women, their expectations, and I don't know the exact breakdown of like conservative women to liberal women, maybe it's 45, 55. In any case, there's even liberal women, maybe some of you here are liberal women, still want the guy to pay for the first date. So it's like a majority of women want men to pay for the first date. I'd say it's probably like less than 5% of men. Deal breaker, she's not a virgin.
My argument with you is this, because you guys have both said that a woman's like value goes down if she doesn't have sex on the first date. That's why my argument is, because I wouldn't have an argument anyways, because I don't agree that most men want a virgin. Like I don't agree that. I do agree that a lot of women would like a guy to pay on the first date.
No, I think most men realize it's unlikely that they're going to be able to get a virgin. But if it was like, if you asked most men, would you prefer to date a virgin or a woman who slept with 20 men? I'm pretty confident like 99% of men are going to say, I'd prefer to date the virgin.
Well, and even if you were to just kind of grant it and say, okay, maybe most men wouldn't prefer to have a virgin, you would agree at least that most men would likely prefer to have a woman who has less of a body count, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So what's the least amount of bodies you can possibly have? We have a word for that. What do we call them?
Virgins.
Virgins.
Yes.
I'm going to do a couple chats here. Gianna, I'm going to have you read them. Go ahead. Thank you, Michael Smith.
To help, if a woman expects a man to protect and is an attempt to protect, he says go right and you go left toward danger. He can't protect without control. He can't protect.
True.
Michael Smith, thank you so much for the super chat, man. I appreciate it. Let's see. We're going to do this one. Also from Michael Smith. I'm going to have you read this one.
Hey, Brian, look, if a man is supposed to protect you while on a date, how does he do that? If he says go right and you go left, I think this is the same one.
In a group of 2, if the woman leads, the man can't protect.
Mm.
It's like, I don't know. To me, my interpretation here of like the demands for chivalry, the demands of like certain courtship procedures when it comes to dating, you want men to be leaders, but you don't want to follow.
Well, that's why I think the submissive conversation, where it's like, that's why you should only give like the submissiveness to a guy that's actually worthy of it, because what if a guy leads you in the wrong direction? That's why I'm saying like,
period.
Yeah.
I like that. So it comes down to women feel like they know more than men. And if you find a man that knows more than you do, you're more willing to submit to them.
Or they create a safe environment. Yeah.
But it's just, to me, I don't know, it's interesting.
What is a safe environment? Like, what does that mean? What is a safe environment mean?
I don't know. Like, if I was being submissive to somebody and they're like, shoot up heroin, that would probably be like a bad thing. But I understand like within reason and logic too. But I think women are.
Can you find the Office video, Damien?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that wouldn't comport.
But also, if I would protect my man against a girl that was trying to beat him up, that would be my job. I would tell him to go left, and I'd be this girl's butt. Like a baby.